welcome back to Knits and Bolts Costume Design, and if you're new here, I'm Rebecca. This is going to be a new series called Hot Off the Press. Occasionally I will be sharing videos about tips and tricks throughout the sewing room. So this time our adventure will be on sharing tips and tricks for cleaning your iron. So come on, let's see how this goes. Hello everyone. So here I have a collection of household items that we are going to go through and see if these tips and tricks shared on the good old interwebs will actually clean an iron. So I'll give you a swift look at my iron so you can see what we're going to be dealing with today. Here's that look at my iron. She's pretty dirty. I kept my box over the years. My iron is fairly old, so I figured that I still had the instructions for cleaning her. Now, the instructions are no longer in there, and as far as I can tell, there's no indication on my iron anywhere that she is a self-cleaning iron. So, what do we do? As I mentioned previously, I went to the interwebs to see what we can do to get her clean. So let's start trying out these options and see if it'll clean this iron. Okay, so our first tip is to take 2 teaspoons of baking soda on a damp cloth and rub it on the iron. So I dampen the corner of this cloth and I'm going to put some baking soda on it. And I am going to rub a spot. I think I better put a towel down here to protect my ironing board. So this could get a little messy, just in case. There we go. All right, so we'll go back. And I'll just do a small corner here since we are going to be trying some other tricks and tips. So I'm just using a circular motion. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll give that a try. Okay, there's not much of a difference on the corner of my iron. Now there is a little bit of discoloration on my towel, but I will get a paper towel and wipe the baking soda off. And I'm just going to use this toothbrush to get any baking soda out of the little holes. Now it looked like it may have done a little bit right here on the edge. Our next tip is about toothpaste. So the tip just says simply to rub toothpaste on the sole plate of the iron. So I'm going to do that. Alright, now there's not much instructions to it. It just said rub the toothpaste on the iron until the dirt loosens and then wipe it off with a dry towel. So not quite sure how long that should take, but just doing a corner here. And let's wipe this off and see what we get. A little sloppy with the toothpaste, so I'm going to clean that up here. Okay, I do not see any results from there being using the toothpaste. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. The next tip is to place a bit of salt, and hopefully you can see that, a bit of salt on a paper towel. Now I put a metal pan down below just to make this easy for cleanup. So the tip suggests to take a hot iron and rub it over the salt. So we're going to do that. Now I am using a dry iron. The little tip that I found did not say if it needed to be a steam iron or a dry, but I am using dry. And I'm just doing the tip of the iron, so now, does look like that there was more progress with the salt and the hot iron than there was with the toothpaste and the baking soda. Let's redistribute our salt here and let's keep trying. I am seeing some progress, but don't know if that's really any progress. So I thought I would try a couple of things. So I did have double paper towels down with the salt. I removed one paper towel and tried it that way. There didn't seem to be any results. Now I did go ahead and pour the salt just on the tray by itself and began to move the iron around, and there seemed to be more results that way than there was with the paper towel. So I thought maybe if I put more salt so I could use the whole iron, we'll see what happens that way. It's kind of loud. Now I have been at this for a few minutes and I am seeing results with the salt. As dirty as my iron is, I think I'm going to have to just work at it a little while longer and she'll get clean. But if you have any additional tips and tricks that you would like to share, please leave comments below, because anything to make this job easier, I'm all for it. With the salt method, one of the things that it advised to do, if your iron had, piece of melted polyester, rayon, things of that nature, make sure to put a little bit of salt on a piece of aluminum foil and then scrub that plastic bits on the aluminum foil and salt, and that will remove the plastic bits. The next tip is just dish soap and a damp cloth. It just advises to rub the dish detergent on the back of the iron to remove any of the soiled bits. And if your iron is pretty dirty, it does advise you to make sure that you clean out the vents on the back of the iron sufficiently. Now, I do have some discoloration here, but it's making a little bit of a dent. So I might alternate between the soap and the salt. Who knows? Enough elbow grease and I might get this iron clean again. So So I have managed to put as much elbow grease into my iron. She's looking pretty good. She is not completely clean, but I have decided to do like a bi-monthly cleaning, and I believe I will work between the salt and using the baking soda and the water to scrub to get that off. Right in here, you can see, well, it's kind of like this up here, really dark and thick. I do believe that's plastic, and it takes quite a bit to get that off. And it looks as though there's some right in here too, which I primarily use this portion of my iron most of the time anyway, so it will take me some time to get this buildup off. So, and next up here is just to give it a wipe down, make sure that the steam holes are all clear, and then give it a regular cleaning. So let me know what your tips are, because the more tips we have to share, easier it might make to clean.